Hello, everyone. So I'm Hideyuki Katsumoto. Thank you for joining my session. So I'm glad to see you. Did you enjoy Tableau conference in Las Vegas? Okay, great. Me? Of course. I'm very interesting. So there are so many casino machines, and so it's so cool. I already spent $250 in Delano, Las Vegas. After this session, I will go back to there and I recapture my money from the machine. Okay, hurry up. So generally, retail data is huge and complicated. If you need to organize and visualize multiple retail data at once, which you do. With Tableau Prep and Tableau, your data analytics tasks will become more easier and faster than ever. So let's start to use Tableau Prep and Tableau in your data life. Before starting my session, so I will introduce myself very shortly. I started my career as a software engineer, and a few years later, I will become a project manager and a producer. Now I am leading data platform building project in Rakuten Card. My Tableau experience is about 1.5 years. This is a second time Tableau conference. My hobby is camping and Tableau. Are you enjoying the Tableau? So I always suggest Tableau for anyone who met me. So even though the one is executives. As a result, I got a passion award from Japan Tableau customer manager, Junsa. Not only once, but also twice. This picture is a scene of first time, so it's my big honor. Okay, this is the agenda. What is Rakuten? Background of this project, and the data preparation phase, and the data analyzing phase, and conclusion. First, what is Rakuten? Do you know Rakuten? So if you know Rakuten, please raise your hand. Oh, I'm very surprised. I don't need to explain anymore? No? Okay. So thank you. So please look at next picture. Do you know who is he? Great. So now Rakuten is a jersey badge partner of Golden State Warriors. Can you see Rakuten's logo in his car's jersey? So now Rakuten has a lot of service in global, and of course, Rakuten has a service in USA. Please remember Rakuten in this session more and more. So Rakuten is a leading global internet company. It is founded in 1997 in Japan as an e-commerce company. And current annual GTV is over $140 billion. Domestic EC annual GMS is over $31 billion. The global membership is over 1.3 billion, and Japan membership is over 103 million. Revenue is over $10 billion, and the no-GAAP operating income is over $1.5 billion. So now Rakuten has a lot of services. Its number is over 70. This is show our service logos. So many logos. Rakuten is connecting millions of customers around the world, leveraging our pillars of e-commerce and the digital content and the communication and fintech. And also Rakuten is investing to well-known startups, the Lyft and the Cabify and the Careem. Do you know Lyft? Do you already use Lyft? Thank you. Please use more and more. So this is our key business concept image. Rakuten's ecosystem is rewarding members using many services, and in center of each services, we set 3 items. And one is the brand, and the membership, and the data. So Rakuten is thinking data as a strategic strength of our business. Next, I will introduce more detail of fintech companies. So this is an introduction of major company in fintech area. So Rakuten Card, this one is the #1 credit card company in Japan. And the Rakuten Bank is the biggest online bank in Japan. And the Rakuten have a payment method such as a contactless payment method, Rakuten ID, and the QR payment method, Rakuten Pay, and the Rakuten Securities, and so on. Look at this slide. In Japanese, Rakuten stands for optimism. It's an understanding that with the right mindset, we can make the future better by what we do today. So we challenge ourselves to evolve, innovate, and experiment to create a better, happier future for everyone, including you. So this is corporate philosophy to contribute to society by creating value through innovation and entrepreneurship, empowering people to realize their hopes and dreams, embracing new thinking. Rakuten changed the world through innovation. Okay. Do you understand Rakuten? Okay. So next, I will explain background of my analysis project. So this data made by Japanese Ministry of Economy. So it shows worldwide cashless payment ratio in 2015. Number 1 is South Korea. It's reached to about 90%. 90% of payment is done by cashless. Whoa, it's so high. Is there any South Korean members? Oh, great. So USA, the ratio is about 45. I don't believe that only 45%. And Japan, this one. So Japan, the ratio is under 20%. This is so lower. So many credit cards are owned by Japanese citizens. We have a lot of cards, but we didn't use it. So now the using ratio is very low. So we Japanese mainly use cash. As a result, there are many shops that can only pay by cash in Japan. Japanese government is thinking this situation is bad for our society. They are promoting cashless society. So I pick up 3 problems from my government's document. First, lack of labor power. Now Japan became a super aging society. Do you know the super aging society? Oh, really? Great. So don't worry about it. So I will explain it. I studied it yesterday. Okay. So the population of over 65 years old person is now over 21% of all Japanese citizens. So it's so high. So as a result, labor power is low compared before. So we need to change our society to more efficiency. And the second, save the cost of cash. For using cash, someone needs to create a cash and give it away in everywhere. The researcher estimated the total cost of using cash is $100 billion per year. It's so big. And third, inconvenient for travelers. As I already said before, many shops can only use cash. It is inconvenient for travelers. Now Japanese government try to invite many travelers to Japan. For the promotion, convenient payment method is very important. Rakuten has a lot of fintech companies and services. Rakuten decided to help realize cashless society using our services according to the corporate philosophy. So Japanese professional baseball team, Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. So Rakuten-owned baseball team, home stadium is located in Miyagi Prefecture in Tohoku. The capacity is over 30,000, and the total visitor number is over 1.7 million per year. This stadium operated by Rakuten. This is Rakuten's challenge, so full cashless stadium. For realizing cashless society, Rakuten decided to change our home stadium to full cashless. Nobody can use cash anymore in this stadium. Prohibit cash, save settlement time, and prevent mistakes. User will be able to enjoy the game more than before. It's an amazing challenge. Don't you think so? So, I have a short movie of this project. Please look. Retake.
From the 2019 season, Rakuten's pro baseball team, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, and pro soccer team Vissel Kobe are rolling out fully cashless payment systems under the Smart Stadium concept. This means that whether purchasing tickets, goods, or food and drink, all payments within each team's home stadium must be made by Rakuten Pay smartphone payment app, Rakuten Edi e-money, Rakuten Point Card, Rakuten Card, or other credit and debit cards, including from Rakuten Bank. Japan stands out among other developed countries for its relatively low proportion of cashless payments, and the Japanese government has set an objective to make 40% of payments cashless by 2027. By creating opportunities for fans to experience going cashless at sporting events through its rich variety of payment services, Rakuten hopes to promote the adoption of cashless payments across the country.
楽天ペイ
現地楽天ペイって知ってる？
楽天ペイ
スマホだけで簡単お得に決済できるアプリなんだけどさ、パッと見せてさっといけるから便利なんだよ。へー。ほら、もうダウンロードできちゃった。
僕のスマホじゃないですか。キャッシュレス決済楽天ペイ
A range of initiatives are being rolled out to smoothen the transition for fans. For example, at Vissel Kobe Stadium, despite widespread notification, some customers still weren't aware of the cashless requirement until it was their turn to pay. What's more, special Rakuten Edi cards are presented for free to fans of junior high school age and below. Various campaigns are being conducted, including 100 yen off drink purchases when paying with the Rakuten Pay app, a 10% point back on goods purchases, and 5% extra point back when paying with Rakuten Card via Rakuten Pay. On the first day of launching the initiative at both stadiums' opening home games, special Rakuten Edi cards were freely distributed to fans. As well as staff of Rakuten Baseball and Vissel Kobe, employees of the various payment services were there to provide full customer support. The project started from fall 2018. Within the tight launch schedule, Vissel Kobe, which started its season a month earlier in March, proactively shared its extensive know-how with the Rakuten Eagles. For example, at Vissel Kobe Stadium, despite widespread notification, some customers still weren't aware of the cashless requirement until it was their turn to pay. Learning this, the Rakuten Eagles increased the number of staff carrying notices from 20 people, as originally planned, to 60. What's more, hearing that it took a while for all store staff in Kobe to get used to the new system, payment training sessions were held for all staff in Sendai, including part-timers.
楽天ペイで決済です。お財布ごそごそとかそういう手間がないっていうのはね、すごく楽でいい。
現金よりもやっぱりカードなので、あといろいろやらなくても済むので逆に便利になったと思っております。
スイカしか使ったことないです。なので、まあちょっとドキドキしたんですけど、でも使ってみるとすごく便利なので。
金銭のもらい忘れっていうのがないのと、食品を扱うのでやっぱ衛生面として良かったのかなと思いますね。
もっと分かりやすくしてって言われました。ペイを読み込むんやぞっていうのを分かるようにしてっていうのは何回も言われました。めちゃめちゃ楽です。締め作業は
やっぱキャッシュレスに伴ってレジの回転も早くなるんですけど、逆に提供までにお客さんを待たせてしまうっていうのが今回すごく多かったので、そこはちょっと見直していかないといけないなと思いました。
We want to say thank you because we received a lot of support from fintech, sports, and various companies throughout Rakuten. To be honest, changing our existing payment systems all at once has been a big challenge, like climbing Mount Everest. We are hoping that this project with the Rakuten Eagles and Vissel Kobe will contribute to the promotion of a cashless society in Japan. And it will make us very happy if we can get feedback from our fans and clients that Rakuten Seimei Park is the most convenient and fun place to visit.
The adoption of cashless payment by visitors to the stadium went more smoothly than I expected, so I'm relieved. I was also glad to hear from the store staff that it made their work easier because they don't have to count change. We just need a little time for everyone to get used to the operation of these new payment devices. This is just the beginning, so we need to move from the stage of simple payment without cash to utilization of all this payment data to further improve our services.
Thank you, and see you at Rakuten Seimei Park.
So we'll back to slide. So okay, next. So it's time to talk about analysis challenge of cashless stadium. So for understanding customers' behavior in cashless stadium, baseball team, we wanted to use our all payment methods data. But baseball team member doesn't have enough experience for analyzing all payment methods data at the same time. So this is why I got a chance to analyze this project data. So next, data preparation phase. So purpose of analysis, 3 requests come from baseball team. 1, behavior analysis. In each payment method, how much and how many times do customers buy in stadium? We want to know the difference of each payment method. The second is how many times do customers visit stadium using all data? We can track user even though they change their payment method. So third, coverage analysis. We have another service that are not payment service. For example, the fan club or ticket sales or something. So we want to know how many users of those services are using which payment method. So this is the structure of overall data in this project. Many goods and food shops are existing in stadium. Total shop number is over 200. Those are producing purchase data, and we have another data that are fan club member information and ticket sales information and so on. For realizing analysis, I need to understand and combine those first viewed data. So the data is fan club and the ticket sales and the game schedule and the shop master for each services, and the card information and the user information and the ID information for each services, and the purchase data for each services. So there are so many data types and have a lot of record in each data. It's not easy to process. In this analysis, there are 2 big problems. First, each system are separated one by one, physically or logically, because data governance rules. Data governance is most important for data people. For analyzing, I need to gather all data at one place. So second, post point of sales information is a little bit complicated because each payment method have different shop identification code and user identification key IDs. For example, QR code payment method has 2 types of shop code. Do you imagine? So in shop, there are many cashiers and many post terminals in each cashiers. The terminals types is variety. So there are a few types of terminals in the cashier. It enables us to allow using various types of payment method. I don't know it's regular in world, but in Japan, this is regular thing of cashier. So there are so many terminals. So in each terminals have own IDs. For realizing analysis, I need to put all data together into one. I decided to use Tableau Prep Builder for connecting all data and put together all data into one. In 2018, I started to use Tableau Prep Builder, but at that time, so early version of Tableau Prep Builder was a little bit unstable. But after TC18, Tableau Prep Builder became stable. So I think it can be used in my business. So this is that. I show the overall image of flow. This is that. There are three big steps, left to right. First step, this one. So for getting all user information in each services, I aggregated ID information from each services. It will be used by coverage analysis. And the second step, this one. So from each payment method, I aggregated all purchase information data. I will use by behavior and analysis and the visitor analysis for this data. And the third step, I aggregate all data into one that are produced by previous flow. I created three types of data sets for each analysis goal. Okay, at first, I agreed to aggregate all ID information from services. This is Tableau Prep Builder image. Above flow is a fan club data, and below flow is ticket data. Left side is data source side, and the right side is output. I process data step by step. First, extract the data, and filtered and modified in this step, and join. And finally, I created ID list in this output. So look at this step. So in data, sometimes there are invalid data, such as the data creation process was not finished. In this case, there are invalid status record in data. I found it by using Tableau Prep data profile view, this one. And sometimes I use preview in Tableau desktop function, so this one. So even though it's my first time to see data schema and the data, Tableau Prep Builder helped me to understand the data. In Tableau Prep Builder, there are several options for realizing filtering function. In this case, data is small and pipeline is short. I use filter function in step. I just took in these steps. So basically, I like filter function using in step because I can build data profile and I can use preview in Tableau desktop function in step. So sometimes data schema and the data will change according to system development, but adding a step in your flow, you can easily check data again and again. So it's very useful. So below flow is for ticket information. It's more simple compared to above flow. In Japan, Pro Baseball League home game are over 70. So after ending each game, I will run those flows using batch in my PC. So because our current Tableau server version is old, so I can't use prep conductor function. But it's okay. I just clicked my batch file to run those flows. It's so easy. Okay, next, I aggregate purchase data in each payment method. So this is contactless payment method data preparation flow. Same as previous page, left is data source, and the right side is output. Before this flow, I already extract data from database because the data is a little bit big. So I use extracted data in this flow. At first, I joined purchase data and the fan club member information. So this is because in later, I will explain in analytics, we will use this attribute. In Tableau, there are many options to handle those user attributes, but I choose to combine data in dataset because baseball team members are not familiar with Tableau. As possible I want to create very, very simple data set for them. In this flow, I deleted unneeded data and join shop information. It's created before this flow. So I created behavior analysis data and the visitor analysis data in this flow. So this is another flow image of QR code payment method. In left side, there are 3 inputs. This one, and this one, and this one. In the middle is QR code payment purchase data, and others are shop master data. So as I already mentioned before, in Cashless, there are several types of terminals. In this case, shop identification IDs are different in each terminals. So I need to divide the purchase data using shop masters, 2 shop masters. And after that, I union it in one. So I divide 2 purchase data and the union. So this is the same as a contact, So after that, I join the shop master. This is same as contactless payment method. So this flow image is very simple, but at starting point, I can't understand this shop master data structure. So there are 2 types of masters because it's my first view. So web builder data profile function and the preview in Tableau desktop are very useful and help me. In data management point of view, if data quality is 100% good, it's so nice. But in case service is expanding very rapidly, often data and the data process will be dirty. It's just in my experience. So I don't say Rakuten is dirty. I didn't say it. So I hope you don't have such data. So Prep Builder can help me in those situations. I deeply understand this product's ability through this analysis. So this is final step, very simple. So I will explain final integration phase. So there are 2 flows. In first flow, this one. So I'm using outer join function and join all data into one. The second flow, so I aggregate the contactless payment method data with above data set. That's all. I finished data preparation phase in this data analysis challenge. So I have some tips for using Tableau Prep. So if I can combine all data processing flow into one flow, there are no problem. But I already tell you my data processing flow. There are 6 flows, at least you can see. Some problems have happened. So which flow must be done before other flow, and the data set produced by which data process flow? I'm so confused. In this situation, so I will use below rules. At first, I will illustrate overall data flow and define each data flow steps and write down the number of each flow and name each flow as I can understand what happened in each flow. And the next, name data set same as flow and save flow and the data set into each folders for example, the flow and output folder. It can help me to protect data from chaos of files. For using those rules, I can organize my flow and data as clean. But I don't think this is the best way. So if there are anyone who are expert of Tableau, please let me know your best practice. I will write your email or message in TCAP. So next, I will explain my Tableau view. Let's see data together. First, behavior analysis. So there are no great biz because I just bring the data to baseball team. So the data show contactless payment methods data, and the data number is dummy. In raw, there are shop jam and the game date. Okay, game date. And in column, there are fan club and a Rakuten user or non-Rakuten user. And each column have unique user number and a number of purchase count and the amount of sales and average of spending money. The opening game of this season is in 2nd April. In this day, unique user is much higher than others. And there are different trends between fan club members and the Rakuten members and the non-Rakuten members. So this is a behavior analysis data that are requested by baseball team. So next is a visitor analysis. In row, there are visiting number of stadium. In column, there are payment method and user category. QR code payment and contactless payment and a card and a fan club or a Rakuten member and a non-Rakuten member. I'm very surprised many people visit this stadium many times. So at last, coverage analysis. So each box shows the number. And the meaning of the number is indicated in title. For example, if title is fan club, the number is showing unique user in fan club. And another example, if title is fan club and fan club and QR, the number is showing unique user who are belonging to the fan club and have experience to use QR code pay method. I created these 3 types of data after each 70 games and bring it to baseball team. Baseball team use this data in their data analytics environment, but it is not Tableau in this year. I'm trying to change it. So just boring biz, I'm sorry. So I will show you another dashboard that I proposed to baseball team. So here is. So I talked baseball team things, but I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of baseball game. So I don't have much experience to visit stadium, so I want to understand the atmosphere of stadium. I created this dashboard. This enabled me to understand sales overview and user attribute in each game. Look at the upper side, there are main payment methods data. I can easily see the daily result and compare one payment method to another one. In the left side, so there are shop ranking. In center, so I show user location using prefecture name in user attribute. So look at this highest location. It's a prefecture name Miyagi. That is the location of stadium. So in right side, this one, I show user location. I put user gender and age data. In Japan, major baseball game fans' gender is The gender is male, and the age is 40 to 60. But looking at this graph, female number is big, and also young people number is big too. It's so nice. This baseball team loved by various people in local. So one more piece. This is example of a view of GPS data. Each shop has location data. I show it in this map. But this data is dummy. Okay. So the accuracy of GPS data is a little bit bad because so many shops located in the diamond. So the accuracy of data is a little bit bad. If I want to use this data, I need to improve this data quality. But if I can use this data, it's very useful for understanding user flow and the arrangement of shops, realizing the convenient stadium. So, conclusion. I explained the current situation of Japan payment scene and the problem of cash payment, and I explained Rakuten's challenge for cashless stadium project. After, I explained the analytics challenge in this project. How did I use Tableau Prep Builder and Tableau for realizing this analysis? I explained how it is useful for me and it can be helpful for you too. In analytics data, I can find a good atmosphere of cashless payment. Elder users are using cashless payment. So it's difficult to change human habit. But in the data, elder people can change. So they are changed. So it means they can use cashless payment method with proper support. In this year, the game season already finished. In next year, baseball team and I try to utilize this data flow and the data to realize more good user experience in stadium. So, next is your turn. Let's start your Tableau Prep Builder and Tableau in your data life. That's all my presentation. If you have any comment and question, please give me email or contact me in TC Apps. So thank you for your listening. Let's enjoy together rest of Tableau Conference 2019.